good evening again, Speedgaming fans. This is match 2 of Possum versus 10 for the SGL Mystic Quest Randomizer tournament. I'm Scar, and I'm joined this time by Sorbius. How are you doing tonight, Sorbs?
I'm doing all right, Scar. I'm doing all right. Looks like we're about to get underway here. What is our choice of companions here?
So it looked like we've got Phoebe and Ruben know to us available, and we're starting with Ruben. The quests aren't terrible. We'll need one key item for what Ruben needs. We'll need, probably 2 or 3 for Phoebe.
Yeah, Phoebe needing to clear the Ice Pyramid battlefields. Not the worst of the potential required battlefields. Save one crystal, any crystal. It's pretty easy. Generally, you end up doing the Bone Dungeon and killing Flameless Rex, which gets you one of those, and the Pointless Legend Lava Dome, which is essentially free as long as you can get down there. And then save the Crystal of Wind, which involves killing Pazuzu, which is questionable. However, we don't need Phoebe 4, so we may just skip that quest entirely. And Ruben is any 6 battlefields, any 2 mini-bosses, and find the Wake Water. His last quest is 38 Sky Fragments, which is probably, much like Pazuzu, not happening. But Ruben 3 also just fine. Although notably does not have any resistances, unlike Phoebe.
Yeah, it looks like we got the river coin right away. That's always fun. Going into the Fireberg area at base level.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it is nice to have your coin out of the way and not have to worry about it being behind, say, this Medusa, perhaps, possibly dipping in the volcano real quick. But that gives us a free river coin, yeah, so no early dive of Medusa. We don't have a refresher quest, so I think we're just trying to scout out some sky fragments and grabbing an encounter for a little bit of starting XP.
Yeah, it's honestly best practice to just get off of level 1 as soon as possible. Having double or triple the HP you start with makes surviving battles a little more tenable, and it looks like 10's going to be paused for a minute as we get the streams back in sync, so that this is so that it's clear who's actually ahead at any given point.
Oh, I just noticed the timers are quite a bit off there. That's fair. Well,
yeah, it happens.
I'm assuming Tem has already done this stuff. But Possum is sending Tristan forward to the Bone Dungeon and checking out this 1-of-1 battle tile, which is a good choice. Looks like a random one from Aquaria, not that tough.
Well, that's Sky Attack. It's a little tougher than we anticipated.
Yep, that's definitely not what you want to see. Probably see Possum switch and kill. Nope, okay. I was expecting to see him switch and kill one of the scorpions first.
There we go. Kill a scorpion first. Hopefully the frog rolled squishy and it dies anyways. Nope. And there's Sky Attack again.
Yeah, we don't need to this battlefield. I would be out of here.
Honestly, if it wasn't a 1-of-1, I'd be out of here. But, it's a 1-of-1. You only need to get lucky once.
Well, I think the problem is these early game enemies, this is from just the secondary of the game, don't get a lot of things in their scripts, so they don't have a lot of other things they can do. Oh, the Scorpion did finally decide to do something besides Sky Attack, though. Alright, we're through. As good as level forest, you get a freebie.
Ooh, a free claw puts a lot of easier checks on the table. Notably the squidite once it becomes available to us.
Yeah, Claw plus bombs gets us in there. Ideally, we find Phoebe though before we go into the wintry cave, so we get her freebie there also. All right, here's some cash. Awesome, going back to the blue tile. Oh, going back to winning.
Yep, the multi-key, which they now both have. That's one check once they get to Fireberg.
I don't know if Possum spied that earlier and decided not to buy it. If he did, I don't hate that, because without a claw, you can't access that door anyway. And so maybe now deciding to go and buy it, or you may have not looked prior to doing the money tile.
Oh, and there's the Charm Claw from the, I believe that's the Ice Pyramid battle tile. I only know that because that's the one for the quest, so it's got the exclamation point on it.
Awesome, deciding to skip that. Interesting.
It's a quest for Phoebe, so he doesn't have access to Phoebe yet. This makes sense from his position. He's also up game, so he probably knows that he can, maybe see if he can squeak out a 2-0, a little bit of a sweep by skipping a couple of things that he maybe won't need till later.
It is a 5 out of 5 battle tile also, which could generally be kind of a time sink. If you already have access to, another area. I mean, I think if it was obvious that it was gating your access out of Foresta, you don't really have a choice, but you already got a coin to chase. Yeah, I don't hate it.
And it looks like they're finishing up this here battle tile. It's at almost the same time. It's going to be 1,200 gold. Way more gold than you need. It's mostly going to go into this seed fund.
Yeah, we are done with money now.
And it looks like...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it looks like either this 404 battle tile that our runners are beginning upon, or Medusa is the next point of progression.
Oh yeah, because we've seen what's behind that pyramid tile. Well, I assume a 404 is preferable to a 505. So I guess Possum's going to take a swing at this.
Yeah, it's also, behind the freebie that he got. So maybe he's just thinking of sort of the chain of items. It's River Coin leading you to do this particular check, and then whatever this check gives him will be the next thing the game expects him to do, sort of going off of a general proximity idea. Or chasing your items, chasing your plays.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I didn't get a super good look around the Fireberg area here, but it didn't look like there was much else that you can even do at this point.
No, and so... and I know neither of them want to do...
Unless, hear me out here, we get a Dragon Claw from this.
No, come on. We're not gonna get that, are we?
But what if we did?
That's gonna be very rude. There is a town. I'm just thinking of how doable that is.
The answer is not very, probably.
It's the sand coin. We're safe for now.
Okay, alright. Dreams dashed to pieces.
There's lots more they can do. They could, once they get if they got a sword, they could have done Ice Pyramid. If they got Dragon Claw, there's 2 freebies in Pazuzu's Tower.
It's true, a sword would actually give access to the entirety of Ice Pyramid, which is very spicy. Because they already have claws and a bomb. Let's see what the stupid stand coin has. Maybe this will give us the Dragon Claw. That would be fun.
Nope, it's just Quake, a spell you will probably never see either of these runners intentionally cast.
I think I cast it once on Tristan to clear a Foresta battlefield, because I had no other AoE. And it almost didn't do enough damage.
Yeah, and luckily for our runners, neither of them has Tristram. And neither of them can get Tristram.
Hey, we stand Tristan in this chat. Might be a deadbeat dad in vanilla, but he's a good boy.
Yeah, Exit and Flare are pretty good spells. Suncoin. So Possum has access to the entire world, and soon so will 10. I imagine Possum's going to do similar to what he did in Game 1 and just kind of clear everything that's in front of him first.
Yeah, there looks like there's a lot of stuff to do here in the Aquaria zone.
An expensive steel helm. What a bucket.
Yeah, we're not buying that.
But now we can buy a lot more seats.
You could argue buying a Moon Helm or Apollo Helm because those actually have a resistance on them, but that Steel Helm doesn't do much of anything.
Oh, I'd buy either of the other hats for that much in a heartbeat. I particularly enjoy having resistances.
Ooh, Aegis Shield from the multi-key check. Love that. Love to see it.
Yeah, it's not required for progression, but you love to see it before you progress.
I was going to comment that we didn't send Ruben for it, but we have Ruben, so... Oh, the squid tile.
This is easy.
That should be a pretty straightforward, easy battlefield. Worst case, we get a squid plus 1 Sphinx, which is not very difficult. At least assuming the bombs one-shot the Sphinx, which is up in the air, I suppose. Big hit, though, from that squid, so maybe not.
Yeah, a little bold of Possum to not heal between the encounters here until he's at very low health, especially with the surplus of seeds he has for that healing. Like that last encounter would have went very south if Ruben had
just got punched in the mouth again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think your hope, if you're Possum, is that the bombs will take that out. Oh, there's Wakewater. Interesting.
Yeah, and 10 is going somewhere. He's ditching this area. Oh, he's chasing his Sun Coin.
Possum appears to be looking for 6 easy battlefields to do to get Ruben off the ground. I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, like, this will... doing this now will save him time on the Bone Dungeon in this area, because he'll be able to life kill Flamerus.
Yeah, Flamerus, notably the easiest of the crystal bosses. However, he can still absolutely give you a problem. Looks like we didn't... Oh, we did get there. We got 6.
Oh!
15, Ruben, here we go.
Here's the thing about the Wakewater. It's one of the quests for Ruben.
It is one of Ruben's quests. That's true. All right, we got a bomb upgrade. We know Tristan gives us a magic rank from 10, and look to see what else is in the bone zone. Choosing to do the slightly slower setup for the Falls Basin skip because there's an enemy in his way.
Yeah, I think with skipping the fight, it saves time, and it gives him a cleaner opportunity to take a peek at the brown chest there, see if it was a fragment. It wasn't, but
You know what? Sometimes it is. Crab being more annoying than dangerous, but certainly making this fight take longer than it needs to.
I think that's the Crab's MO 95% of the time.
Annoying but not dangerous, yeah. Crab
yeah, you'll get
an armor upgrade.
I mean, upgrades are upgrades. It's not a direction to go, but I think 10 sort of has his direction as far as there's the Thunder Rock. Well, hopefully 10 comes back to the Bone Zone at some point.
I'm sure he will. I think he is trying to get a level 2 companion first so he can life kill Flammers. He hasn't done all the battlefields Possum has. I think he's looking for a different quest and or Phoebe first. But looks like Phoebe might be locked behind the Wakewater. That is unfortunate.
When you get the wake water, are you able to go up to that tile where, like, the one that Hydra gates? Are you able to go up to that one from the wake water area, or do you have to beat Hydra to get that?
You know what? Great question. Glad you asked. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I want to say yes, but possibly not. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
You know you can't walk down into the frozen area from there if you do Hydra first. But I think possibly you can walk on the bridge there to get to whatever it is.
Okay, some folks in chat are letting us know that you can't. That it is yes, you can go to all of it.
Fair enough. Possum dipping into volcano.
He's got a claw. This is a quest for Phoebe. Visit the Pointless Legend Lava Dome.
Oh, I see. Yes, that makes sense. Really gunning for Phoebe 3 here. I like it. It's a good play, especially since you have seen everything, I think, and know that you have access to Phoebe now.
Oh, 10's doing the tile that we like to call the worst tile in the game, right?
It is not great. I would argue the Water Hag plus Vampire tile is worse on average, but this one is also not great. Mostly because the double mini boss sort of refights there, the Jin refight and Beast refight have better stats and access to better skills, I think. Maybe it's just better stats than normal enemies. Picking up a lot of fragments here at this lava dome too on this run down to get Phoebe's fancy spell. Maybe we'll see a absolutely wild play on Hydra here from Possum. I'm just kidding. He didn't open the door.
There's no way.
No way that he's going for that.
No, he's grabbing shards. He's grabbing as many as he can, and he's out of here. He's like he's not even going all the way for shards. He's
he thought about it for a second, but it's a long walk for potentially a very short drink of water. All right, let's thaw this thing. Nope, we're not gonna. Oh, okay. I would personally probably peek Spencer here, but I'm not sure if he's going to do that.
Yep, he's safe scumming it.
Nice.
Oh, and that's the Morbius crest for 10.
Hey, we need that.
Yeah, we do need that. It is one of the items for Go mode.
Probably going back to the Bone Dungeon or thinking about it. Nope. Okay.
And mega grenades for Possum.
Hey, we need those.
We do need those. And they're also, they're not bad damage either.
No, it does give you a nice sort of AoE clear for some early fights, in the beginning areas of the game. Won't do a whole lot against some of the melee enemies, but hopefully we just don't have to fight any of those.
Yeah, also, if Possum ends up using them extensively enough, he could do Jin skip.
He might be able to miss with one.
Yes.
Yes, probably more relevantly, he might get to do Jin skip, which is a very cool speedrun skip that still works in the randomizer, where you get to not fight Jin in order to make his check, or make the rhythm check behind it.
Yeah, I think that's like sort of been the big thing about learning the randomizer is yes, all of these glitches are still in the game, like the dupe glitch and gin skip, but most of the time the other fixes and tweaks in the randomizer render them unnecessary.
Yep.
You would also need exit for gin skip.
Well, unless you want to fight Jen on the way back.
Yeah,
But
and
if you're
Possum
if
might
you're
want to
thinking
fight Jin
about
anyways.
thinking about just saves coming, you have a check. It's probably not as much of a concern.
Yeah,
My
and then
concern with it at this point is he has 58 bombs currently. So you got to get rid of those 58 bombs before you can even consider skipping Jin. We don't seem to be doing a lot of fighting, so I'm not sure that that's really going to work out timing-wise. Single plant man.
oh, apparently you don't need exit for gin skip because you still have the elevator storage when you leave. Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to go test that later. See what that's like.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, and Phoebe was on the tile I was talking about.
Yeah, we knew she had to be over here somewhere because she wasn't anywhere else.
And Possum forgetting he doesn't have the Libra crest.
No, he doesn't, but 10 has all of the crests, notably. What
Yep,
else does
and
Phoebe
10
need to do? Oh, the Ice Pyramid Battlefields. Okay, we'll probably see Possum come back to do that now. Unless he has forgotten. We've got freebie while we're here.
Yeah, and this will be a good opportunity to then go and fight the Squidite, which is one of the mini bosses we would need if we think about going for switching back to Ruben, but I'm not sure Possum will at this point. Looks like it was a Cupid locket from Medusa.
It's a nice piece of gear, but certainly not necessary. I think the only time Ruben's going to touch our party again is if that mind check after Jin proves to be something that we need. I imagine Possum will be fading that for just as long as possible at this point, having picked up Phoebe. Meanwhile, 10 is going back to India to take a warp over to Firebird. So grab our item while we're here. Scoot out through the door. Buy some seeds. And move on with our lives.
And he's going back for the bone dungeon that we know is required. This will be about as fast as it was for Possum. It's it's hard to get any faster than instantly killing the boss. Just Gaia armor from the Squidite.
Just Gaia armor? Excuse me.
Yeah, just Gaia armor.
I mean, we certainly wanted some progression. Perhaps a hat, really cool captain's hat, but I'll take Gaia armor.
Yeah, I imagine Possum isn't like upset, but he also isn't any further along in the game for it.
Yeah, I mean, I can take or leave a lot of the equipment in this game, but Gaia armor and Aegis shields are pretty important to have, I think. I wonder if we'll finally see Possum venture out into that Sun Queen area. I suspect that's where he's at. Oh,
I mean, what else does he have to do?
Well, he needs to do the battlefield
he gets
for
the
Phoebe.
battlefield. Yeah. Which this is the Charm Claw. It's not much in terms of it isn't additional progression, but it does give a bonus to spell damage that I'm not sure is going to be consequential until the end of the game.
Yeah, not especially, and we're gonna get the Drag Claw at some point, which will override it anyway. Most importantly, I think right now, it gets a spite on this Phoebe, which is going to let Possum just put the gas on the seat and just zoom through any actual fights it needs to take. And quickly dispatching Flamorous, soon to be getting the good news that his check was rewarded and this is required.
Well, it was the check just before this. The Quake chest had the Thunder Rock.
Oh, you're right. This was just pure and some nonsense.
Yes, but the good nonsense was the Thunder Rock, and I'm sure he's not upset with having cleared out with you know, the Crystal Dungeons. They heal you afterwards. It's nice.
Possum going back for Medusa. We'll find out shortly. This is again a nice piece of gear in the Cupid Pocket, but not required. We are a little bit running out of things to do here. Do you think?
It might be Hydra time.
We might have to do this Hydra?
It might be Hydra time.
I don't know about you, but I'm here for a good Hydra fight.
Yeah, we will have I think both runners will have access to the level 3 Phoebe unless 10 decides, you know what, we're gonna do Hydra now instead of later. We've got Flare. It's not the best spell, but it is a good spell.
Yeah, Possum getting that Cupid Locket and realizing, probably just as we did, uh-oh. Although he also has not
we
been
do
out
have
to the
mine.
Suncoin area, so he is headed out that way for sure. And there is mine, which we want to pick a Reuben for. So I'm wondering if Possum goes to Firebird first, picks up his Reuben, and then heads up to Suncoin, since he knows at this point that's where the mine is.
Also, where was Sand Temple? I don't think we've seen either runner do the Tristram checks.
No, they
Unless
did. Sand Temple.
Okay, they did?
Was,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Tristan gave them a magic ring and then something else that didn't matter in Fire. Awesome. Giving the Thunder Rock to the good doctor. Might be heading straight after the Suncoin area to check that. So he does not have any crests. Yeah, there's the Sand Temple.
Yeah, I think all the crests are in the Suncoin area then, because that's where 10 went and did a bunch of things.
Looks like he's cleaning up this Plant Man tile. One of the more variable tiles, since it's only 1 to 3 of these guys, and they could be either very kind or very nasty, depending on what they roll. And now having the power of the stun, the palm of his hand, deciding maybe to get Phoebe? Oh, checking his Zebra Crest. Just the heal spell.
Unfortunate.
Now we are grabbing Phoebe. Interesting.
Yeah, Phoebe. I mean, Phoebe's got some better resistances, and she's got access to the heal and cure spells.
Oh, Phoebe is a superior companion for most of the game than Reuben. I just don't think Ted has done the mine.
No, he hasn't. I imagine
So I
both
would wanna
runners
hang
are
on
either
to
forgetting
Reuben
it.
personally, because we have Mega Grenades too. We can just go do that entire thing.
Oh, you know, 10 doesn't have mega grenades. He hasn't
yet.
gone. He hasn't gone and talked to Spencer. He has to go and talk to Spencer because
Oh, that's true. Well, you can access that chest in Spencer's place from the Suncoin area. You have to have your micro grenades to do it that way. Awesome, slogging through the Steno and the Frit tile. Going to sleep, thanks to that Cupid locket. Oh, I guess that guy was not in the way for doing the 3 pillars.
yeah, I mean, I think it looked like he might have been.
It definitely did look like he was, which is why I had made that comment, but apparently he's not quite in the way.
I think this crab is going to be a lot less annoying now that we can cook it versus having to beat it down.
Yeah, usually you want to season the crab with the white before you cook it with the flare, but here we are.
I mean, sometimes you have to speedrun dinner, right?
I guess so. Alright, so we're going into the mine without Ruben. We're probably just doing the food. Grabbing this really obnoxious out of the way shard.
That one's not so obnoxious because you can peek it beforehand. You know that it's a shard when you go to grab it. The other like brown chest room here, I have not checked since being told it existed, because it is so annoying to go get it.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I bothered peeking that one, since you have to walk all the way across the room. And yeah, Possum agreed with us that it is not worth the time to peek that.
And now Possum has all of the crests. I believe
Okay.
the only key item not shared between the runners is the Mega Grenade. There might be some spell differences, but unfortunately you don't need the top tier spells to beat the game. You just want them.
Yeah, ideally you want something. White or flare. You can get by with Meteor, I guess. But yeah, fighting Dark King with something like Arrow or an Excalibur or something like that, it can be done, but it is not pleasant. And there's the elixir from the Alive Tree. 10 following Possum's footsteps and checking out the mine, although he appears to be going to fight Jin. Oh, he has
Yeah, he still has Ruben, or he swapped back to Ruben.
Well, if this Ruben pays out with, say, the Captain's Cap, that's very, very good for 10. I don't think that Possum has committed to not doing that check for quite a bit here.
Yeah, I believe these runners are close enough in skill that, you know, the one wrong fade is decisive. And oh, Possum forgetting that he has the Morbius crest and doing the, you know, vanilla intended way of checking that chest.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Also forgetting he
No,
doesn't have
he's
the
just
Morbius
showing
crest.
off.
And the beta shoot.
Oh, and there's exit from Ruben, so it's not required, but it is gonna. But that might be the difference maker.
That could definitely save you some time. Well, if Aaron has anything, oh, he doesn't have the Mega Bombs. This is This is interesting. So Possum now going to do Jin, it looks like, with Phoebe, just to do the mega grenade check. Alright, so I'm guessing this is going to give us a hat, but not the right hat.
Moonhelm, perhaps?
Ooh, that'd be good. Alright, I'm going to predict this now. The captain's cap is going to be behind the tree wither that's on the boat. Whether it's from the elixir or tree wither itself, I don't know. But that's my prediction.
Well, Possum has access to the boat. He's probably going to do it before Hydra, at least.
Yeah, that would be the real joke if it's this whole time either of them could have done Hydra and been in go mode. Or at least if 10 goes and talks to Spencer. Especially now with exit in hands, it's probably something you want to peek. Walking back up to trade back for Phoebe. Alright, Possum heading out to the Firebird area, which is not where Firebird was, if I remember, right?
Oh, he has a sword now. It's Ice Pyramid time.
Okay. Oh yeah, we have the entire Ice Pyramid left too. I completely forgot about this place.
It's a pretty easy place to forget about. Oh, there it is. Both of our runners are going to have the captain's cap.
Well, that's good news for Possum.
That puts Possum in go mode.
For 10, yeah. I think Possum's gonna at least do the drop down and maybe the drop down before Ice Golem, just to hope to get life. But then I think we're gonna see him get some levels and just head on out of here.
Oh, they need the Dragon Claw.
Thank you, Potato. Here I am commenting like I play sometimes, where I just completely forget that items are required. Well, then we're definitely going to keep going down Ice Pyramid and hope that our Dragon Claw is here.
All Dragon Claw could be on the boat.
Oh, the Dragon Claw will be behind the free wither from the boat. Okay.
I'm gonna say it's directly on the boat. That it's just right there. But because you'll get everything else along the way, you'll feel like, oh no, they've got the cap. Checking it isn't terrible when you've got the cap.
Yeah, no, you just check it and then you just go. Or leave, which will probably be the case, but maybe.
Well, fortunately for the runners, chat, Dragonclaw can't be in Doom Castle. Can it?
It cannot. Wait. Hold on, processing.
There's no way.
No, you don't need the Dragonclaw to get over to that.
That would be rude.
It sure would. But unless something specifically in logic prevents it, I'm pretty sure it can be in the freebie box.
Wow, that's rude.
That is pretty terrible. Oh, Hepic's saying that it cannot be in the freebie chest unless the shortcut is turned on. I don't think it is. I don't know what shortcut specifically that's referring to, but you don't need the Dragonclaw to access that part of Doom Castle. So I don't know. There might be something preventing that extremely obnoxious logic.
Well, it could still be on the ship, which would be funny.
Pistol
This
be on the
ice
ship.
golem's gonna have a bad time, but
Could
he knows
still
what he
be
did.
behind the tree wither. We get dueling melting ice bombs. And toasted. And toasted. We get dueling crystal lighting animations.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing like when 10 and Possum are in the same place, how 10's menuing will have him sort of creep forward. And then they'll make a different decision, and you never know. You don't know anymore where either of them is.
Yeah, 10's going to pick up a little time here. Not a huge amount, but probably 30, 45 seconds by not having to walk out. So he picked up
I mean, you say that isn't huge, but 30, 45 seconds is incredibly significant when it's tree wither the
there.
Yeah, it could be behind Elixir. I mean, honestly, like these are great. This is a great item progression for the runners. Well, less so for 10 than for Possum because 10 doesn't have his mega grenades yet. But you can, but knowing you probably don't have to fight Pazuzu or Dullahan or Ghidra in a seed, just shaves off so much time. You don't have to touch those awful bosses.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pazuzu's awful dungeon. Possum deciding whether or not he wants to check this tree weather or fight Hydra or I don't know. We're gonna see in a second here. Or the third option.
Possum didn't forget exit. He doesn't have exit.
Fresta is here. I'm mixing this up with the piece I watched before this. Fresta was not here.
Yeah, honestly,
Level Forest was in the starting area. That's not
yeah. Honestly, the best bet when when watching or commenting multiple matches in a day, is to just not pay attention where anything is. Can't be wrong if you never try to be right.
That's true. You can't forget if you never knew. Yeah, that exit is paying off dividends for 10. He needs to get his butt down to Spencer's and get his grenades. Just the other X, okay.
Yeah, I guess Kaylee's mom tired of lugging it about. What did you get there in vanilla?
The regular X.
Okay,
it's Kaylee that gets poisoned. She can't carry on, so she gives you her regular axe so you can cut down the trees for yourself.
Okay, so that was French vanilla.
Yes. The battle axe is one of the items that's for sale in vanilla, so I guess Kaylee's mom bought it and now has decided she's tired.
Excalibur from the Elixir.
Yeah. Awesome reset out of that? No, he hasn't done it.
He hasn't done it yet. He went and made sure that he had picked up the multi-key check. So it's beginning to look like Venus keys on the boat, or in the Doom Castle freebie, and
if what
either Declaw's behind.
Saying, is true, whatever's gating the Dragon Claw wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah. So it's either on the boat behind one of these bosses or behind Hydra, which is where 10 is going now.
That will be this needs to not be anything for 10, so he goes, is basically out of checks and has to go talk to Spencer. I think if this is the Dragon Claw, it's going to push him to go check the Zuzus, possibly Mount Gale, maybe Kingdra, and, you know, those certainly might have his Mega Grenades in his mind. We know that it doesn't. I was going to say they could certainly have his Dragon Claw, but we know that's not true because he did the Dragon Claw. Alright, Possum getting a fancy sword. Probably thinking it's on the stupid boat, isn't it? On the dumb, stupid boat. Nope, okay. Not checking the boat.
He left a save there. He's checking. Oh, he's checking Ruben's dead.
Oh yes.
I thought he already did this. Okay, it's a Night Sword.
A slightly less fancy sword.
And he set up another save. I'm loving all this save scumming and the basically reset warping because he doesn't have exit. He set a save in front of Ruben's dad after getting the Night Sword so that he can be back in that area if this is nothing.
To the boat. He must have all his shards because he just passed up that one that was sitting there. I haven't had a peek at his inventory in a minute, so I don't know if he does. We are just gunning it straight down to see what's in this box. I suspect, well, it's a lot of those little red guys. Suspect we'll see some grinding on the ship if this is the Dragon. Obviously, you don't want to do it. Well, you kind of have to luck that out.
Yeah, but he didn't turn in the cap, so he's leaving the enemies on the boat so that he can grind on them later if he needs to. This is.
Say, I might do it right now.
See, yeah, I see the merit in this. It's not a play I would have made, but I definitely see like why to do it.
Oh, I would have just done the fights now while I'm here. I guess maybe he's not sure, depending on whether or not he finds a life, how many levels he's really going to want.
Yeah, I think if he picks up life along the way, I think he is fine to go in at level 16. It might be a bit of a slog, but Possum's somebody who will definitely go and do a slog level 16 Dark King fight because he knows he'll be there first.
Yeah, and you know, with the Chaos attack randomizer, Chaos, the Dark King, can actually be easier than vanilla. Well, there's our magic mirror. Let's see if maybe Spencer has the goods.
Well, I mean, it's either here, the Dragon Claw, or it's either here or where 10 is, right? Also, I don't think 10 had to take a reset or anything out of this Hydra. It's taking a second, but it's not been terrible.
Kind. It's just taking a minute, yeah. Thick but kind, Hydra.
Are you able to check Spencer's place in Aquaria once you flooded it?
Maybe. We'll find out momentarily. All right. What did Hydra have? Come on. Thunder.
Not the dragon. Thunder,
There's
not
the
the Dragon Claw.
There's the Dragon Claw from Spencer. So Spencer had both bombs and the Dragon Claw. You just have to take a little trip out to the boat first. Kind of about to find out that he really hopes Possum likes to fade Spencer. Now, where are we going from here? Oh, we're going to do our volcano checks. Excuse me, lava dump checks. I keep calling it volcano because it looks like a volcano. opposed to the volcano, which is
It
just
is-
a blue dot.
It is certainly volcanic. Oh, that's why Possum didn't check the life chest when he was in there the first time. It's the Zonk. Okay.
It's the Zonk. Could be seeds, though. You're just going to turn away free seeds? Potentially?
Yeah.
Potential, maybe seeds?
With how much money the runners have had and how many seeds they were able to buy, yeah.
But just because you have 20 in your inventory already doesn't mean none of the 3 isn't going to help. Alright, Mega Bombs were a dud as far as checks, which we, of course, already knew. Yeah, it's interesting in 10's position what you do here. Obviously, you probably feel pretty behind.
He's got megas. Oh, he needs to go to the boat to get into go mode. I have no idea what he's doing from here.
He's launching the boat for sure. But then the question is, we're doing Arn's check on the way too. There is a world where if he goes and launches the boat right now and decides that he's going to check the boat because he feels really, really, really behind, and Possum takes a few wipes of Dark King, that we got a race. We'll have to see.
Yeah, going in at level 17, it looks like there was there was some required fight along the way, or he took a fight.
Yeah, 17 is kind of a weird level. Okay, we're taking some fights in Castle. We're going to try to get to 18. Being over 700 HP is a good breakpoint. There are a lot of attacks that when Dark King has them do, between 690 and 715 damage. So having more health than that is very, very good. Then there's a smaller subset of things that do less than 800 but more than 720. And then very few things that do more than 800, but there are a couple. But I think this is smart getting to that 720 breakpoint, especially without life. But I suspect we're going to be checking the Doom Castle freely, just in case.
Yeah, and also 10's going to the boat.
Yeah, this
he knows
makes
what
sense.
he's got to do
From his position, is feeling that far behind. Oh, we're not going to check for life. We're just going. I like this from Possum because you're playing against 10, who knows how to play this game, and you are pretty sure, given that Spencer just had everything, that he is right behind you. And you probably feel like you need to go, 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 go.
He did grab the safety seeds and heal potions, though, which I don't think he did last team.
I mean, it is certainly, I don't want to say unlikely that this doesn't work out for Possum, but it's certainly possible. I don't think Possum has life, which is the other reason why this Dark King is a little spooky, and 10 might actually have some time to be able to catch up here.
Yeah, especially if Dark King is all gas, no brakes. And it looks like he hasn't used anything that isn't a damaging spell yet.
Yeah,
or a
so
damaging
far, this
ability,
Dark King
I
is
mean.
being pretty kind. But we are only in phase 2. We got a few more of these phases to go. Meanwhile, Tenebas will get his Dragon Claw. Yeah, Punch. Punch exactly what you want to see from Dark King. Something that just does damage to one person and doesn't do more than half of your companion's HP. Yeah, 10 with his exit spell too, getting to make a lot of time that Possum spent on these checks.
Yeah, it feels especially nice to have exit when Windy is exactly where it is on that first tile, where when you use exit on the overworld, that's where it drops you.
Oh, absolutely. Alright, we're in phase 3 of Dark King. We're at the point now, I think if Possum does wipe, we definitely have a race. So as it stands, I think 10 is going to be getting into the Dark King fight just as Possum finishes.
Oh, that is
Oh, well.
unfortunate. Looks like phase 3 is strong enough to put him on the back foot a little.
Well, he did roll that double kick move, which does not do a ton of damage, so we have that going for us.
Oh, he's got that, like, one of the cure attacks from
Ooh.
Vanilla Dark King. Rude.
Yep, that will definitely lengthen this fight a little bit. 10 taking a little bit of a grind. Oh man, that healing feels brutal.
Yeah, but we do know we're near the very end of the fight.
Well, I think the transition happened because of healing. I don't think Dark King
It did
was
happen
actually
because of
phase
healing.
4.
Oh, does he not, like, actually enter phase 4, but with the weird HP total?
I don't actually know. I just know that sometimes healing switches phases instead of damage, and I think it messes with the amount of HP left.
Yeah, I think there's probably just, like, a sign, like, an integer is supposed to be signed and the game doesn't realize that it isn't. Or
Yeah.
the other way around.
Yeah, if you're within the amount of healing you receive of damage to switch phases, it thinks that you took the damage. I think that's how it works. Yeah, because this Dark King's last phase is being extremely thick.
Also, 10 took the freebie. It is not life, it is white.
Unfortunate. There's a cure and a flare. Is this the one?
Yep, there it is.
That is the one.
Which makes Possum the winner of this match. And the winner of this matchup. He'll be moving on to round 2.
Wow, what a race.
Yeah, 2 incredibly quick seeds. I think, like, this was somebody's PB in both races as far as, like, the official times.
Yeah, certainly could be. We'll see if Possum wants to hop in here for a quick interview. Or a long interview.
Some sort of interview. Definitely looking forward to racking his brain about these this pair of jets.
So yeah, it was pretty close. 10 getting into Dark King just about as Possum finished. So a wipe there from Possum, and that was 100% a race. Really showing off in this game how much of a difference exit can make as far as the time save and menuing. Let's see if Dark King is anything nasty that we didn't see. So far, the fight seems to be going as smoothly as it went for Possum.
Yeah, I mean, oh, there's a confusion move. Hate to see that on Phoebe.
Yeah, that's suboptimal for sure. Especially now going into the third phase, you don't know what the rest of his attacks are.
Oh, but he's just gunning the damage here. Hoping Phoebe shakes off the confusion on her own.
The chat asking if we can do a third race. Possibly. Yeah, the Venus key on the boat was not quite the tree wither on the boat that I wanted, but I'll take it. That was a good little, troll.
Yeah, the boat being required in one of these seats is... I love when the boat's required. it can be a little annoying, but it's very fun. It's neat. Like ever since I heard that the cap can be on the boat, it's like, oh, it's on the boat.
Yeah, just check the boat for it. Looks like Possum's gonna wait for 10 to finish to hop in for an interview, so let's check in on this Dark King fight. Looks like we haven't seen anything else especially spooky. We're in phase 4.
Yeah, it looks like
Ken saw the same amount of healing that Possum did.
he did not. I think it's been half as much or less. That's the way this kind of goes. Like the person who gets to Dark King last has the nicer Dark King fight.
I think he like runs out of charges on his moves.
Yeah, Dark King's playing Archipelago while we're all just trying to race.
Yeah. Alright, there is the Flash and Grumble for 10. GG's.
Yep, outstanding performances from both runners and both seeds. I'm glad I was here to see it.
You know, in Fading Spencer, for just the one check, we don't have exit and so many other things to do. Perfectly respectable fade. It just didn't. It was not the thing to fade this particular race.
Yeah, and that's just kind of like the harsh reality of the randomizer when there are specific items required to finish the game. Skipping anything can be fatal.
Having some minor technical difficulties getting 10 in here. Hold, please. Please enjoy this wonderful ending cutscene and sound of birds. So, like me, Scar, you're pretty new to this randomizer. What are your thoughts on Mystic Quest in general, I guess, and or the randomizer?
It's a great randomizer. It's I've been really enjoying. Like I heard of it because Possum was playing it, and you play it, and I've seen, and they're it's a fast rando. Like this is a difficult tournament level flag set, and the times are coming in under an hour at the top level. And I didn't quite get there before I got eliminated from the tournament, but seeing just how quick they are means that you're not like you can practice more because the seeds are shorter, and you can get like I only played the game for about 3 weeks before quals, and I was able to qualify for the tournament because I could practice enough in that time because the seeds were short enough.
Yeah, it definitely hits that like 50 to 70 minute sort of window for seed length, which I enjoy quite a bit. Sort of the reasons I like the Final Fantasy 1 rando over some of the other Final Fantasy randos is that it hits that sort of sweet spot of time commitment. You've never played vanilla, right?
I've played through the Bone Dungeon, and I left off my PlayStation in Wintery Cave and never went back to it.
Fair enough. This game for me has an awful lot of nostalgia. I played a lot of this when I was a teenager. This and Final Fantasy 2 and 3, well, 4 and 6. Chrono Trigger and Mario RPG, etc. But I don't know, there's something about this game that I find extremely charming. It's very quirky. It's very highly extremely broken, turns out. a lot of things in this game that do not work exactly as intended. Some things you wouldn't expect that the randomizer doesn't handle especially well. There was a version a long time ago, not a long time ago, last year sometime, where in the Chaos attack mode, it even shuffled things like Pazuzu's Psy Shield, which is neat, except it doesn't work when it's not on Pazuzu. So that was always a good time.
So does that mean Pazuzu's the smartest boss in the game because he's the only one that knows how to use the Psy Shield?
Probably makes him the most clever of the bosses.
And looks like we're joined by Possumorpheus. GG Possum.
GG Possum.
Hello. Thank you. GG's to 10.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure you've talked to 10 a little bit in the race room about what had happened, but man, Spencer just handing out everything.
Yeah, we kind of talked about the second seed a lot more than the first one. The second seed, apparently the one check I faded kind of early and Ruben had exit. Because I was trying to think, like, if he did everything else as we were talking, I'm like, how in the world? I know you're really good and your menuing is probably the best in this tournament of anyone. But, like, 2 minutes? Just under 3 minutes? There's no way. Like, you could have done everything and been that close. And so he's like, oh, his exit on Ruben, of course. Cool, that's wonderful, lovely.
Yeah, it turns out if you save 5 minutes with exit, you can, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, well, I feel like I played 2 pretty clean races. Obviously, there were mistakes here and there. Forgetting to turn in the cap the first time down the boat was a real dumb play.
Oh, I thought you did that on purpose so you could take encounters on the boat.
Nope, sure didn't.
Out what your level was going to be.
Nope, I was already level 16. I was plenty good to go.
That's fair. Did you have life or no?
Nope, sure didn't. Neither seed.
Well, that certainly could have been a problem, but glad it wasn't.
Trying to work on getting 10 in here as well for an interview.
Oh, looks like he's in the setup channel.
Oh, wait, that's good. Yay!
Step 1 accomplished.
Yeah, I ended up just sending him the invite that I had received. It still worked.
Thank you. Hey, there he is. GG's
there we go.
Jeez.
Good stuff, Possum.
I wanted to wait for you, but I was worried it wasn't going to go through. We practiced together, we interviewed together.
Appreciate
Jeez,
that.
Man.
We were starting to talk about
I demand a recount.
There's like 2 minutes.
You'll have to take that up with Spencer, Dan.
I know.
Too soon.
The thing is, it didn't even really waste me any time in like the grand scheme of things. I mean, I did waste time going back to Lava Dome instead of clearing while I was there, but it didn't. We already had bombs, so it's not like it changed anything. No, it could have been early boat, I guess. Never mind.
Yeah, it did a little bit in that you couldn't launch the boat earlier, and then you went to Lava Dome because you just picked up the megas.
I mean, you could have launched the boat, then tried to do vanilla Mobius when you already had Mobius. There's that.
We thought you were just showing off.
No, I was being an idiot. Big fan of Dragon Claw Go mode, though, because it means that Pazuzu, Dullahan, Gidra are all off the table. So that was cool. Praise be to Gidra in the first seed, though.
We were real worried that Dragonclaw was going to be behind that Hydra 10 and that you were going to then go down all the Dragonclaw checks looking for your megas, and that would have been
that would have been crazy.
Even more disastrous.
Yeah.
Nice that we got 2 pretty reasonable Dark Kings for a change instead of like 6 Pseudopod, Petrification, Clown Fiesta Dark Kings. Which in practice, I think we've had 3 of our last 4 seeds.
Yeah, they definitely practiced for the worst case scenario of the last week, it seems like.
Instead, we got the weird case scenario.
Man.
You got a couple of jets, is what you got.
Well, that first seed was... Well, the first seed was nuts. Like, it was just everything you could want.
I'd like tuned in a little bit and then went to grab dinner and came back and like you guys were basically done. I thought I had another like 10, 15 minutes before I'd hop on comms, but no. I just wanted to get this over with.
We go fast.
Well, Scar, you have any other questions for our runners? You mentioned wanting to pick Possum's brain about something.
I think you covered everything I was covering. You brought up the Mobius crest, doing the normal way, and I don't know. It was nice. GG's again to both of you.
Possum, final thoughts?
Just thank you to all the folks who are largely from the FF1R community. Doing a ton of work on this rando. Wildem in particular doing a ton of work, and a lot of others. Thanks for Hatak stepping in at kind of the last second, and Scar as well. Both of y'all getting the ball rolling on Seed 1. Just to appreciate everyone in general helping out with everything, and huge GG's again to 10. This was a matchup that I both wanted and dreaded. I wanted it later in the tournament, and I was dread having to play it because his menuing, like I said, is the best in this tournament, and that's not hyperbole. I feel like I am level or better than most people at most things. I know he has a distinct advantage over everybody in menuing in this tournament because he's so darn good at vanilla. So that's all I got.
10, anything you want to say?
Yeah, like 1,000 things, but I'll make it short. If I had to lose to anybody, I guess it's fitting that I lose to my mentor in this randomizer. I had never played anything but the any percent speed run, so skipping Mine, Volcano, and a Lava Dome. And with Possum himself, he's kind of, just like half the people in this tournament, I feel like Possum's taught how to play, like good smart routing. He's been there from the beginning of my randomizer journey, and I didn't want to play him first round just for the same reason that he said, but better to lose to him than anybody else, I guess.
Fair enough. I guess with that, we're pretty much done. Thanks, Speedgaming, for having us. Thank you all for putting on the show. And GG's again to Possum and 10. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night.
Later.